In the demo instance, what is a procurement business username? In the demo instance, what is a procurement business user? Procurement business username.
Seriously, bro.
Who is that? Who told me that? You're sleeping, man. Please wake up. Okay, that's a Casey Brown only. I would like to show you. And I don't know this user account password. I'm resetting this user account password to Oracle 123. I'll explain you about the accruals later. I'll explain you. I'm resetting the password to Oracle 123. Because from this user, I wanted to demonstrate how to create a requisition and how to create a purchase order. I wanted to demonstrate that. That's why I'm using this user login. Who are new to the Fusion, and then this procurement. It's easy for them to. The user is casey.com. So if I explain the requisition creation and PO creation, it is easy for the next topics to understand, especially for the beginners and freshers new to the ERP. So how to create a requisition, navigating to procurement. I think you know what is meant by requisition, right? Requisition is nothing but request. So if you need something, you have to create a requisition in the application. You might be from HR department or finance department or manufacturing department or warehouse. You have to create a requisition, okay? And that requisition has to be converted into purchase order by the purchasing department. Okay, how to create a requisition from the procurement. I'm navigating to purchase requisitions. And here, the requisition can be created in multiple ways. I will show you a sample purpose. I'll show you one method. If you go to more tasks, and if you click on request non-catalog item, the second option from the drop down, the request non-catalog item. And here, Fusion SCM, online training. Okay. And the category, it's actually belongs to training, right? Let's see I think we created let's see any category called training, which is created under procurement catalog. Travel is there, training is not there. anything called education. You know, these categories you have to create under procurement catalog. Maybe something called software would be there. I'm taking software, and how much quantity I need supply chain training for 25 members, and unit of measure I'm entering each, and price is 25,000. It's in USD. You know, we can select in INR also. We can select in INR also, Indian rupee. Okay. And this is the conversion rate. This is the conversion rate. And if you know the supplier, you can enter the supplier directly here. So basically, you are the requester and you are preparing this request. If you know the supplier, you can enter the supplier details here. And if you think this supplier is the new supplier, you can enable this new supplier checkbox. New supplier checkbox, and you can enter basic supplier information. So that buyer is going to talk to this supplier, and buyer will take care of the onboarding process for this new supplier. Okay. And there is one more checkbox called negotiated. Negotiate is nothing but, so generally after the requisition is created, the requisition goes to the buyer, and buyer is going to talk to the supplier on the price and then delivery dates and other details. But basically what exactly you need. That's why what you can do is you can directly talk to the supplier. In case if you directly talk to the supplier, and if you negotiate everything with the supplier, then you enable this checkbox. If you enable this checkbox, that means it's an indication that you have already spoken to the supplier and everything is clear with the supplier. So you have negotiated with the supplier. Okay. Now click on add to cart. Enabling this. Click on add to cart. Click on add to cart, and we can submit this requisition for the approval. Okay. We can submit this requisition for the approval. So you can directly submit from here. Or if you wanted to review the details, you can click on review button. You can click on review button. And here is the details. And you are creating requisition under which country? US. And then this is the description and whatever we entered quantity and then price. Okay. And if you scroll down, who is a requester? Who is a requester? Okay. And whether this is the urgent requisition line. If it is urgent, you can select urgent. Yes, here. And then what is a requested delivery date? I'm requesting to deliver the product by 15th, nothing but Saturday. And if you know the buyer, nothing but you want this requisition to be assigned to a particular buyer, you can assign the buyer name also. Okay. If you think, this requisition has to be processed by so-and-so buyer, and you can enter this requisition to that buyer. Okay. And it will display in that buyer login, and buyer has to convert this requisition into purchase order. This particular buyer, suggested buyer. Okay. And this is nothing but, it goes to whatever, this cost, whatever the cost that is here, it should be charged to which company. It should be charged to which company. You see here. It should be charged to which company, and then which cost center, and then which line of business. So this is called as a charge account. Mamata, I'm muting you. This is called as a charge account, and this charge account, it is automatically generated. It is automatically generated from a configuration called a tag. There is a configuration called a tag. It is generated from that. Later we'll discuss about that configuration. Here it is. So using this TAD setup, not only the charge account, we can also derive using this setup, we have to derive another two accounts also. Okay, those are nothing but you see here, charge account, accrual account, and variance account. These three accounts has to be derived from the TAD configuration. Okay, and then you can submit this requisition for the approval, and we can also configure approval setup also. Configuring the approval setup is nothing but this requisition has to be approved by your manager or procurement department manager or director or vice president who has to approve this requisition. Okay, that we can configure. I will explain in the further coming classes how to set up the approvals. Okay, right now I'm submitting for the approval. I don't know it goes to whose approval. I don't know in this application how the approval setup is configured. I don't know, but I just submitted for the approvals. Okay, so this is just a little idea on the requisition creation. Later I'll explain you once we're done with our configurations. On top of our configurations, on top of our enterprise structure, I will explain you the requisition creation again. Okay, after the requisition is created, if you go to purchase orders, this purchase order access is available to the buyers. Buyers are able to go to the purchase orders. They're able to navigate to the purchase orders. Purchase order can be directly created. Without requisition, you can create a purchase order here. Or you can create a purchase order from the requisition. Suppose I'm the KC Brown, right? I'm the KC Brown. I'm gonna every day I'm gonna open this screen. I'll go to process requisition screen. And I'm gonna see which requisitions are waiting to be processed. I'm going to see from the screen, I'm going to see which requisition. So I select my BU here for this BU and which requisitions are assigned on my name. On my name, if you click on search button, in the bottom, you see the requisitions. Okay, I think it seems to be none of the requisitions are assigned on my name. Okay, not only my name, let's see the remaining requisitions also. The requisitions which are created without entering the buyer name. So these are all the requisitions that is created. What you can do, you can convert this requisition by selecting it and click on add to document builder. I think you are aware of this. This I covered during the Minimax planning, right? This I covered during the Minimax planning. In case of Minimax planning, we have discussed by converting the requisition into purchase order. Okay. So these are all the requisitions which are waiting for the procurement department to be processed. Okay, I can pick up all these requisitions. If you want, you can also select multiple requisitions also. You think all these items has to be purchased from single supplier, then you select all of them and click on add to document builder. You think all these requisitions has to be processed to single supplier so that you can create a single requisition by combining all these requisitions. Okay, and you select the supplier. Select the supplier and hit the OK button. I just selected the supplier and hit the OK button. And click on the create. Then this will create a purchase order from the requisition. This will create purchase order from the requisition. I would like to, actually they are quite, I stopped the screen share. I'll share it again. I'm opening my sticky notes. I don't know in my sticky notes any personal data is there. I don't want them to be visible to everybody. No personal data. And I wanted to, let me share my screen. In this batch, not only in this batch, in every batch, freshers and beginners are there actually quite always. And I would like to track their names. Who are freshers and beginners to ERP application? Can you tell me your names? Freshers,
Naveen.
beginners to ERP application. Okay.
Anita.
Okay.
Sai Kiran, jewelry Sai Kiran.
Suhani.
Rakesh. R.
Honey, you
Rakesh.
don't have EBS experience?
No,
Any other ERP experience?
no, I'm in Scrum Master.
Okay. Rakesh?
Yes, R. Rakesh.
Harish.
Jay.
And who else?
So Jay
D.
Srivastava.
Sai Kiran.
Jay Srivastava.
Yes, yes.
D. Sai Kiran.
Okay, and you have some manufacturing domain side experience. Okay.
Harish.
And Harish.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else?
Akash.
Okay.
Sirisha.
Isha.
Sindhu.
Hindu. Who else? Syed? Is it Syed?
Yeah,
You don't have any ERP experience, Syed?
I worked, but not that in.
Okay. And Sridhar, you also don't have any EBS experience, Sridhar?
I do have. No?
I don't have.
Okay. I'm asking who are new to ERP, who
ERP,
who don't have SAP or EBS experience, Sridhar.
No, I don't.
You have EBS experience, right, Sridhar?
No, Krishna. I don't have any experience in ERP or EBS.
Okay.
Same here, Mamta here. I have no experience. Thank you.
Okay. And
Sir, Firdaus here, Firdaus Seda. I also don't have any experience.
okay,
Firdaus Seda.
okay. I think you okay, right? Saida, or you want me to?
Yes, sir, okay.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. And thanks for sharing your names. And I'll closely monitor you. I want all of you to open yourself. Don't be quiet every time. And you have to interact with the trainer and ask me if you're having any questions. Okay. If you're not clear with something, also note it down and ask me at the end of the class if you hesitate to ask in the middle of the class. And also I will monitor your practice status very frequently, team. Okay, so keep that in mind and please work on the application regularly.
What about experienced people?
Of course, I'm tracking everybody, but these people are quiet, right? They don't talk. That's the reason. That's the reason I have taken their names.
Though we are in end users for Oracle,
Okay.
Fusion and but this application, whatever we are doing, that is new for us. But still, we are freshers on this part.
Sir, you talk much, but you don't do in the hands. I'm also monitoring you a lot, and you're not sending me the practice status, and you didn't complete the enterprise structure also. What to say with you, sir? What to say with you, sir? Tell me.
Sir?
I'm also monitoring you closely, right? Srinivas, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then what is the use, sir? I'm asking many times about your practice status, but you are not sending regularly. Did you complete the enterprise structure, sir? Till the locator?
Not yet, sir. I'm
Then
doing with the new instance one. Old one got.
Sir, don't tell me all these things, sir.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to take, I mean, if I take your name regularly, you may take it personally. That's why I'm not taking your name from the last few classes. I'm not calling you. Because many times I called you and I didn't receive a proper practice feedback from you. That's why I'm not calling you nowadays. You may think in other way. That's the reason
No, sir, I'll be sending you.
I am quite actually. Okay, and I see, here some of the names, they don't. Mostly all of you, speaking to me and clarifying your questions, but and Mani Kumari, I know you're not up to the practice also. So let's track from the next class onwards. Okay. Now, this is the PO screen. This is the PO screen, purchase order screen. What I have done, I converted requisition. So how many requisitions I have taken? I have taken multiple requisitions. By considering multiple requisitions, I have created a single purchase order. This is the PO number. This is the PO number. By considering multiple requisitions, I have created single PO. And I'm placing the PO to this supplier. Okay. And if you scroll down at the line level, you can see what we are actually looking from the supplier. What is the price? What is the quantity? And the delivery location. It has to be delivered to, because suppose if you're ordering for a laptop, it has to be delivered to which location, the delivery location. Okay. And who is the requester? So you see here, line 1 is requested by May, and line 3 is requested by Amy. Line 4 and line 5 requested by Thomas. Multiple requesters are there. So they need actually all these items, all these things, and which is actually procuring by the buyer. And I can submit my PO for the approval also. Okay, if I hit the submit button, I'll submit my PO for the approval. So what I have done, I converted requisition into purchase order. Okay. And without requisition also, we can directly create a PO also. There is an option called create PO, create order directly. I'll show you. I received, some of the errors for the PO that I'm trying to submit. It's okay. I'm not submitting it. I'm just saving and closing this form. And now I'll show you the direct PO creation. If you want to create a PO from the requisition, I navigate it here. If I want to create a PO directly, I click on create order. I click on create order. Okay, so I enter the supplier. Release Supplies is the supplier that I'm taking. It's a Vision supplier, Vision company supplier. And the delivery location, yeah, I'm expecting the product to Seattle location. This is the delivery location, and I hit the create button. I enter all the details in the PO. Nothing but I have to mention which product or service that we are expecting from the supplier that we need to mention. We'll mention in the next screen. This is direct PO creation. If you scroll down here at the line level, you can mention. So which item you are looking for, the item you see here, item, and it belongs to which category, and what is the quantity, and what is the price, and what is the delivery location. You have to mention here by adding a new line. So this is direct PO creation. I think you understood what is requisition and PO at a high level, and how to create them also you understood, right, at a high level. Because for the next topics to be discussed, this is important. That's why I've given some overview on them. Okay. Now I'm back to our application where we have our own configurations. I'm back to here. As of now, any questions, team?
Sir, when we created process requisition, the requester was the Crazy Brown, no, sir. So can the buyer and the requester both be the same?
Yes, madam. It could be same also. I can Actually, if I'm the buyer, I can directly create a PO. No need to, because I have access to the PO creation, right? I can directly create a PO. I no need to create a requisition. Suppose if you are the requester, nothing but you are working under finance department, you're not a buyer,
Okay.
you don't have access to create a PO directly. So what you do, you create a requisition. That requisition comes to you.
Okay.
Understood?
Okay, sir. Yeah, thank you.
So for the next set of configurations, this introduction to the requisition and PO is important. And that's the reason I covered that. And I'm now in the procurement. From the procurement, I click on procurement foundation. And we plan to complete this topic today, requisition business function options. Requisition, and select the BU. This is the BU. And click on OK. Click on OK. And whatever the options that you see here, that is used to control all these options, all these settings are for the requisition document. Okay. Now, what is the default delivery organization? So when you're creating a requisition, this org is defaulted as your delivery org. But at the time of requisition creation, whatever the default value you can change. Nothing but what will default, Hyderabad will be defaulted as the default organization. You can change it to Bangalore also at the time of creating a requisition. Now line type, I am selecting goods. I want the line type to be selected as goods. So when you're creating a requisition, these two values get defaulted. But in the requisition creation screen, you can change it to any other line type what you want. Okay. Next field is, everyone, please be with me. Put all your focus here. 100% focus. No deviations. You're not using mobile, right? Don't use mobiles. Keep your mobiles away. Good morning, all of you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
So whatever the data that you are entering here, that is defaulted at the time of requisition creation. You can change. You wanted to select another delivery or you can change. You want to select another line type at the requisition, you can select any other line type. Okay. And requisition import group by. So, you are creating requisitions manually, but the requisitions automatically imported from other modules to the purchasing also. If you take an example of Minimax planning, are we creating requisition in case of Minimax planning? No, right? Requisition is automatically getting imported from inventory to which module? Purchasing module. Correct? Requisition is automatically importing from inventory to the purchasing module. So for the imported requisitions, how you want to use the group by logic? Group by logic. Suppose if multiple items, if the item is common, I would like to group that and I want to create a single requisition. If the item is common, if the category is common, I would like to group and I want to create a single requisition. So group requisition import by. Okay, I'm going with the item. And this checkbox is nothing but. Parallelly, I have this requisition screen also. I will open the requisition screen here. And right now we are talking about the first section. The first section, nothing but here in this requisition options, I call it as a requisition options. Okay. And you can call it as a requisition business function options. So this is containing first one section, requisitioning, second section, and third section. Right now we are working on the first section. Okay. And I'm trying to explain this checkbox now. Allow one-time address functionality. This one-time address functionality is nothing but, this is requisition creation screen. And here you selected the location. Okay, this location is already created in the application. It's already created in the application. So if you select one time here, you can enter the location that is not defined in the application. You see, address line 1, address line 2. This location is not defined. This is called as the instant location. So you can select the location which you already defined, your company location, or else you can select the one time also. One time is nothing but, this location you not to define in the application. You are only requesting stock to this location for the one time. Okay, it's a instant location. You can enter address line 1, line 2, city, and okay. If you want to allow this functionality, enable the checkbox here. Understood what is meant by allow one-time address?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and right hand side on the requisition section, right hand side, reapproval required during the changes made in the active approve process. This checkbox is nothing but suppose you submitted requisition for the approval. It has to be approved by A, B, and C. Okay. A approved it, then it goes to the B. If B approved, it goes to the C. Okay. Suppose A rejected, then what will happen? It will get rejected here itself. It won't go to B, it won't go to C also. It will get rejected. And in case of while approving, A has approved it. And what B has done, B has modified the data and approved it. B has modified. On the requisition, B modified some data. And he approved it. So now you read this checkbox now. Read the checkbox. Understood? In this case, what will happen? If you enable this checkbox, what will happen?
Again, it will come to
Again, the
a
approval will be required.
Yeah.
Does it
Again,
come back to the user?
yes, it will come back for the A approval again. So reapproval required during changes made in the active approval process. Okay. Next checkbox is create orders immediately after requisition is imported. So for the imported requisitions, nothing but you are not creating requisition manually, you are not creating, the requisition is importing from another module. Suppose in case of Minimax, the requisition is imported from inventory module. For the imported requisitions, I want the purchase order to be automatically created. Yes, we can enable automatic PO creation. Nothing but you don't create PO manually. The system will automatically create a PO for the imported requisitions. So for that, another 2-3 configurations are there. I will cover in the next classes. Create orders immediately after the requisition is imported. Okay. Approval required for the buyer modified lines. So, after the, you have created a requisition and you submitted requisition for the approval and it's approved. The above fellows who is here, they approved it. Okay. After that, what buyer is going to do? The buyer is going to convert this requisition into PO. Right? I think you have seen how to convert the requisition into PO, right? From the process requisition screen, right?
Yes,
We have
sir.
just seen that, right? Now, when the buyer is converting this requisition into PO, if the buyer modified anything, will it require approval? Will it require approval? That's based on this checkbox. Approval required for the buyer modified lines. Okay, clear? And here, you know, as per Oracle, all the modifications, it won't go for these people approval, not all the modifications, only few changes. Only few changes. Okay. So that I have given, that explanation I have given here. So requisition business function options. And here is the Oracle explanation. As per Oracle, only these two changes. Only this change, only this modification. Not all. Suppose if the buyer updated the price or buyer updated the quantity, it won't trigger the approval for the requisition approvals. Only it will trigger approval for when the buyer split requisition line into two. Splitting the line into two. Splitting the line into two, okay? And also replacing the line with another item. For only these two changes. Only for these two changes, if the buyer perform any modification, only these two changes, it goes to the approval. Whose approval? Whoever approved the requisition, those people has to approve that again. Suppose buyer modified quantity or buyer modified price. Will it goes to these people approval?
No.
No, only for these updates only, these two updates only. Clear? Clear, team?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next
Yes, sir.
checkbox. Enable approver override. This enable approver override is nothing but when you are creating you create a requisition. After that, there is a button called manage approval. Okay, if you click on this button, it's gonna display who is gonna approve your requisition. It's gonna display A is gonna approve, B is gonna approve, or C is gonna approve. So if the checkbox is enabled, what you can do is these are system generated approvers. As per your system configuration, A, B, C are the system generated approvers. And along with these system generated approvers, you wanted to take some approval before or after. You want to take D approval, or you want to take Mr. B1 approval in the middle, or maybe you want to take A1 approval in the before. You can add approvers in the middle of the stage, at the end of this approval stage, or before the approval stage also. You can add approvers. You think it has to be approved by these fellows, and you can add these fellows at the any stage in the approval hierarchy. Okay, clear? Enable, clear, right? I'm taking a lot of time and I'm explaining. If you are not clear, please ask. I'll repeat. Clear? So
So
for
we can
good,
add additional
Yes,
approvers, not
correct.
able to change the existing approvers. right?
System generated approvers we count.
We cannot change of the
Additional approvers we can add at any
stage.
stage.
So split, you mentioned the third option, the split into two lines. I don't understand exactly. Split into two lines means what? Means exactly what the activity they
Okay,
will do.
line 1 in the requisition. Why you're asking now? Why didn't you ask earlier?
So actually you move to the second point.
No, that's not right. Okay, I should
Sorry.
not compel you to ask questions, right? Everyone, you have to come up.
Okay, I understand.
When I'm compelling, you're coming. Okay, that's what I'll explain. In the requisition, you entered then 100 quantity, and you selected a location called, let's take Amirpet location. And when converting this requisition into PO, what buyer can do is, this is a single line, right? Buyer can split into multiple lines. Line 1, same item. Okay. Let me enter the delivery date also here. Delivery date also I would like to enter. As per the requisition, the delivery date is 15th July. Well, I'm converting the PO item A 60 quantity. I can deliver, the supplier said he can deliver by 15th July. 15th July. And before I place a PO, what I do, I'm the buyer, I spoke to the supplier because I need to spoke. If I don't speak to the supplier, what will happen? I create a PO and the PO is approved by my manager and everybody. And later, if the supplier says no, I should cancel, I have to create another PO. Again, it goes to the approver. It's unnecessary waste of time for everybody. That's why before I place a PO in the application, in the system, I talk to my supplier. And my supplier said I cannot deliver total 100 quantity by 15th of July. 60 I can deliver, and remaining 40. The remaining 40 I can deliver by 20th of July. What I do? Then I'm splitting the single line into multiple lines here because of the
Okay.
different delivery dates.
Different delivery schedule. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
This is splitting.
Got it. Okay.
I'm splitting for, this is one of the reason. It could be any other reason also. That's why I'm splitting the line. This, how to split this line, I'll convert and show you during the PO creation.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
So far good, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
We have to see if you later on after completion of the course also, if you close your eyes, you should be able to remember the screen. How many sections are there? 3 sections are there. In each section, how many functionalities are there? How many functionalities are there? You should be able to remember if you close your eyes. Okay, on the left hand side, these 4 are there, right hand side, these 4 are there, or 5 are there. You should be able to remember. That's how you become a great functional consultant. You have to remember all these settings. You are not a developer, right? To write the coding, you have to know what is given in the application. What is the application capability you should know. If you have to know application capability means you should know all these features. And also here, which checkbox need to be enabled and which is not, which need to be disabled. That's a client requirement. You have to ask the client, boss, do you use the one-time address functionality? And then client is going to ask you what is meant by one time. One time is nothing but the location is not defined in your system. And you want this talk to a location which you don't repeat. It's instant location. You don't want to create that location in the application. And the client says, no, we don't have, we don't use like that. Then disable this checkbox. Every checkbox is a requirement gathering. Every checkbox is a requirement gathering, and you have to enable that checkbox based on the client input. And this checkbox also you have to ask for the imported requisitions. Do you want to create PO automatically? No, we don't want to create PO automatically. We will create PO manually. If the client says, then you have to enable this checkbox. If the client says yes. And this checkbox is nothing but, you remember transfer order concept, right? The transfer order topic. So source org and destination org. Source org and destination organization. From the source org, from the destination organization, requisition is going to be created. This requisition is called as internal requisition. Internal requisition. When the destination organization, nothing but this organization is having the requirement. Okay, the source organization has to deliver the stock to this organization. This organization is having the requirement. When you are placing internal requisition for a particular item, for a particular item, if this checkbox is enabled, the moment I enter the source org, let us take here as an example Bangalore org, and here as an example Hyderabad org. The moment when I'm creating internal requisition, after I entering the item, after I select the source org as Hyderabad org, it will display me the availability, nothing but what is the on hand is available for this item in this organization. How much is available? 1,000 is available, or 2,000 is available, or how much is available? 5,000 is available, 50,000 is available. It will display. So if you enable this checkbox, what will happen is the availability details you can see from the source organization. Under the source organization, how much stock is available for the item. So you have, you can clearly see 50,000 stock is there. I would like to request 20,000 stock. I can see 50,000 stock, but I would like to request 20,000 one. So based on the availability, I'm going to request from my source organization. Clear? Good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, before I talk about this section, I'll explain you this section. Purchasing section. In the purchasing section, under this BU, if you create a requisitions, the POs has to be created under same BU. Then this kind of procurement model is called as, here requisitioning BU is India BU, and procurement BU is India BU only. So this kind of procurement model is called as centralized.
Centralized procurement.
This is centralized. Huh?
Yes, centralized.
Requisition and PO from the same BU. Is that centralized procurement?
It's a decentralized from the unit level. It's the decentralized.
How many times I explained? This is decentralized procurement. If requisition and PO from the same BU, that it is decentralized. Okay, suppose if you want to configure, then what is the point that I explained, how to configure centralized? If you don't remember the basics, then what is the point of explaining the advanced concepts? Waste of my time, it seems like. Okay, in case of decentralized, the requisition and PO from the same BU. Okay, in case of centralized, what will happen? The requisition from, as an example here, US is a procurement BU, and all these are the requisition BUs. Nothing but if any requisition created under this BU, it's going to be processed to this centralized BU. Okay, suppose here example, this is India requisition. So you create requisition from India, and you want to make US as a procurement service provider. How you can do that? You can do that by, do you see US in the drop down here to select? No, right?
No.
What you have to do is, to achieve centralized procurement, what is the configurations required? I'm covering now. You remember this screen already. I have covered and I have explained also. Navigating to procurement. From the procurement, I go to organization structure and service provider relationship. And here, I'm going to mark in this application, any other BU created with US name, okay. Something is created with US name. I'm taking that BU and I disable India here. I added US as a procurement service provider. And I save this. Now let me reopen the screen. Again, I'm opening the requisition business function options. And if I scroll down, I can select US as my procurement service provider. For India, we selected US as the procurement service provider. Okay, this is called as
Centralized.
centralized procurement. So here, as per this notepad, here how many BUs are there? As per this
Four
notepad,
BUs.
Four.
For all these four BUs, you have to mark US as your procurement service provider. That means this setup you have to do, this requisition business function option setup you have to do for the remaining 3 BUs also. For remaining 3 BUs also, you have to mark US as a procurement service provider. That means for the centralized procurement, to implement the centralized procurement, what are the configurations required, team? What are the configurations required for the centralized procurement?
At BU level, we had to configure what is our
Business functions. Okay. And after that, service provider
setup.
relationship setup. And after that, requisition business function options. That's it. That's it. Only these 3 setups are enough. So when I say business functions, only for one BU, we have to enable the procurement business function. In case of centralized procurement, the procurement business function is going to hold by only one BU.
One BU is
In our example, US. In our example, US is going to have the procurement business function. Remaining BUs will have procurement business function?
No.
They should not. Okay, that is a business function setup. After that, service provider relationship. So you have to enable US as a procurement service provider for the other BUs. And then here also you have to enable US as a procurement BU for all the requisitioning BUs. So these are the setups for the centralized procurement. And in the application, if you create a requisition under this BU, automatically the requisition PO will be created under this BU, US BU. Okay. Clear, team?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm explaining decentralized. Why I'm explaining decentralized? Because decentralized is widely used option. 97% of the clients are using decentralized only. These are important interview questions, team. Okay. Do all the hard work for the next 3 to 5 months, so that if you take it silly, the success also it won't come immediately. You have to do a lot of hard work. Before you choose tech lead siting, I think maybe 50% of you has approached different institutes and attending different demos. You have shown utmost care to identify the best institute and best trainer. And after all, finding the best institute and best trainer, best guider and you are not doing your part. You need best instructor, you need everything best. But what about you? You are best or not? What about you? You are best or not? You want top institute, top trainer. You might have read all the Google reviews, Justdial reviews, everything, all the research. Huh? Okay. I think you understood the significance of this field under the purchasing section. Now, next is price change tolerance. This price change tolerance is nothing but, here. At the time of creating a requisition, I entered the price as 100 rupees. Okay. I entered the price as 100 rupees. When creating the PO, I modified the price to 150 rupees. So during the requisition creation time, you enter price as 100, but I'm changing it to 150 because I'm the person who talk to the supplier regularly and I know what is the exact price. You are a requester, you are from some HR department or finance, you don't know exact price, the current market situation, you don't know. You may enter price randomly or approximately, but I'm the one who knows the exact price that is offered by the supplier. So I'm entering 150 here. So this is actually control. Okay. If you enter only 10, if you enter here 10, that means only 10% change is allowed. That means here 150 is allowed.
No.
It will not allow. 150 it will not allow. So the price that you are modifying, it should be within 10%. 10% means it can be 110 or it can be 95 or 90 or whatever. Okay. So this is percentage and this is straight away amount. But I don't buyer should have always the freedom. Okay. Because the requesters who is creating the requisition, they don't know the exact price, they don't know the market situation. They just enter the price randomly, they don't know exact price. That's the reason, I would like to give complete flexibility to the buyer to enter whatever the price he wants. That's why I'm not enforcing these functionalities. I'm keeping it empty. I'm not enforcing that control. Okay. And what is the default ship to location? When you are creating a PO, what is the default ship to location? And cancel unfulfilled demand. This is nothing but, after the PO got created, for some reason, you are canceling the PO. From the requisition, we create a PO. For some reason, we are canceling the PO. When you cancel a PO, do you want the requisition to be cancelled? What about requisition? Do you want it to be cancelled? So here, always means the moment you create the moment you cancel a PO, requisition also cancelled. Always means. Never means if you cancel PO, requisition won't cancel. There is another option called optionally. If you select optionally, this is actually a good option. If you select this optionally, when you are canceling a PO, you'll get a decision box saying that do you want to cancel the requisition also? Yes or no? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you select as requisition cancel, if you select no, requisition won't cancel. So optional is the best option. Multiple legal entities on an order. So this is nothing but in case of centralized procurement, as per our example, as per our notepad example, in case of centralized procurement, requisition is from India BU, purchase order from which BU?
US BU.
US.
Purchase order from US BU. That means India legal entity and US legal entity, right? Okay. So
Correct.
when you wanted to use centralized procurement, and when the requisitioning BU and the procurement BU are from different legal entities, then you have to allow this to multiple legal entities on order. You have to select the allow. Okay. This checkbox, I think it's not really that great important. That's fine. And next, the second section. Coming to the second section, we discussed about descriptive flexi fields, right? What type of descriptive flexi fields we can create? We can create a text. We can create
List of values.
a list of
Number,
value, date,
dependent.
date and time. Okay, such
Correct,
type of that type of fields we can create. But there is something called the context to descriptive flexi fields, which is rarely used. There is something called the context descriptive flexi fields, which is rarely used. This context to descriptive flexi fields is nothing but maybe in the web any good image is there. I'll just check for it. Okay. I will explain you here. In case of context DFF, suppose you create a DFF called gender, and it has two options, male and female. Male and female, okay. In case of male, if the option selected as male, you want to collect A's, and you want to collect blood group, BZ, blood group you want to collect, and you want to collect the weight also. And if the female is selected, you want to collect the age, just age, and you want to collect blood group, but you want to collect height here, and you want to collect whether married or not. Okay. So based on this is also DFF, and these are also DFF only. Okay. Based on one DFF value selection, you are displaying the remaining DFF. If male is selected, what you are displaying? You are displaying the 3 DFF. If female is selected, you are displaying these DFFs. All these are DFFs only. But based on one DFF value, based on the selection, you are displaying the remaining DFF. So these types of DFFs are called as context DFFs. Clear? Context DFF. Sir, where we can create this context DFF, we can create in the same screen itself. Where we have defined normal DFF, in the same screen we can define context DFF also. Okay, but it's a rare functionality to be used by the clients, and even in my career also have defined only 2 times this one. Okay, in case if the requirement comes up, then you explore this functionality on how to create it. It is not possible to cover everything in the class in 3 months. Okay, so supply chain subject is ocean. I'm explaining the most widely used and important settings, important options. Okay, but I'm giving an introduction to this topic also. Whenever the situation comes up, you can explore this. In case if you create a context DFF, you create a requisition header level, requisition line level, or distribution level, you have to select that here. Somebody created something here, you have to select that. After you create a DFF, context DFF, you have to select the DFF here. Okay. Clear? Clear? Any doubts? Hello, please respond. Can you hear me, team?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Krishna.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
after you create the context DFFs, those context DFFs has to be added here. In case you have created the context DFF at header level, add that at the requisition header level or line level or distribution level.
Okay.
Okay. So this is about requisition options. In case if you are having 10 business units, this setup has to be repeated for 10 times. This setup has to be repeated for 10 times. And you have to check with the client also. For all the 10 we use the same functionality you want to use, or you want different. If different means for every BU, what is different, that you talk to the client and accordingly enable these checkboxes. Okay. So today we have seen how to create a requisition, how to create a PO. After that, I have explained you the requisition business function options. This one, this the screen, and those who are is having still some doubts, please repeat the video. Please catch up the video. Please watch it again. And before you leave, I have requested for Friday and Saturday sessions, right? I have informed you 2 days back itself.
Yes.
I will take Friday and Saturday session, a long session. I think Saturday everybody comfortable, but Friday I think few people may have some problem with your regular office work. But Friday I request you to manage this for Friday. Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday. 2 hours I'll take session from 7:30 to 9:30. Friday and Saturday. 7:30 to 9:30. Total 4-hour session. And I'll complete costing module. Costing module I'll complete in this 4 hours. Okay. And in case, I mean, I don't want to talk about these choices also. In case if you are not able to attend, don't worry. You can attend in the next batch also, the costing module. If I give choices, you may relax. That's my concern. Okay. Costing module we can finish on Friday and Saturday. This is the timing, 7:30 to 9:30. 2 hours. We'll have a break in the middle. 10 minutes break we will take in the middle. Okay. I think on Friday till 9 o'clock, I think you people is okay. I think I believe, just adjust, or maybe we'll do like this. We'll do like this. Okay. Is it fine?
Yes, fine, Krishna.
7:30 to 9, we'll take it on Friday, and
Yes.
we'll see if any. I think definitely I need 1 more hour since I'm cutting down time here. Then on Monday we'll have again 7:30 to 8:30 to finish costing module. We'll see based on the interest levels and your patience to attend this long session. Accordingly, we'll plan for the Monday session.
So tomorrow class starts at 7:30.
7:30, yes. Tomorrow starts at 7 then. Okay.
Only for these 3 classes, right, Krishna?
Yes,
After that, we
yes.
have a regular class start by 7.
Yes.
Okay. Fine.
Yes, only for these 3 days only. Special days. Okay. And even, I'm starting a new batch from 19 onwards at 8 o'clock time. 8 to 9, I'm starting, I told you right already, I'm starting 54th batch. I don't have a time to shift your batch timings also, 7 to 8 only your batch timing. 8 to 9, I'm starting new batch. Okay, team?
Okay.
Okay.
Practice
Okay, sir.
status. Practice status. And coming to this module, this configuration, the requisition business function options for this setup, I want all of you to explain every checkbox in your document. Put it in your own words, explain every checkbox, and then prepare me the document and send it to me in my email, okay? Very good, Anna. Thank you. Suhani,
Yes.
payment term, write down, financial options, accruals. Suhani, how many times practice completed?
Of entire, you're asking about,
Yeah.
I think 2 or 3 times. 2
Entire?
times. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Sirisha,
Yes, Krishna.
you are yet to create the supplier, right, madam? Supplier, you are yet to create, right?
No, I created Krishna.
Created. That's finished. Oh, here it is. And you faced any trouble during the supplier creation? I think no, right?
No.
Created supplier successfully. Okay, so Rakesh,
Yes, Krishna.
supplier creation, supplier registration, internal supplier registration, BFF, audit policies for items, line types. Okay, okay, thank you. And Sindhu,
Yes, sir.
FDA, this is audit report, right?
Yes.
Yeah. On options for payments and
Sir, I'm getting some errors in this. I'm not able to see near that liability, my account value, I'm not able to add.
in this screen.
Yes, sir. Near liability in first box.
Liability.
Yes, sir. You just scroll up and just. No, sir, scroll down. Sir. Yes, sir.
So this liability account should be a liability type, madam. So here account segment.
Yes, sir. Account value I'm giving the same, but I'm getting that error.
Account value, when I say the account value, the account should be a liability account. When I say liability account, you are using user instance, right?
Yes, sir.
So let me check what is the account given by this. Hope you remember at the time of creating the chart of accounts,
Yes, sir.
we selected allow posting yes, allow budgeting yes. There we selected account type, right? Whether that is a expense account or
Yes,
liability
sir.
account.
Liability. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I choose
So
correct.
yeah, there you have to select the liability account only.
For department and for company, I'm like when I click on search, I'm able to see all the data which I created, but only for liability, I'm getting errors. Like I'm not able to.
Okay.
For other all, I added.
Okay, so for this this user is the implementation user.
Yes, sir. Implementation.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I just missed Sindhu Sai after that at the rate of you just added. After Sai. No, sir. After. Yes, correct.
This is your video, madam.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir. If I give individual values, I'm able to give, sir, but for accounts, I'm not able to give. Like, it is just coming up, sir. So that it is not displaying anything.
It's your chart of account setup problem.
Yes, sir.
It's not displaying any values, right?
Any values. Yes, sir. And for other all, like for prepayment and for conversion rate variance, for everything, I'm able to give, sir.
Is it? Okay. So here you're saying, okay.
Yes, sir. For everything.
The issue is it's because of the we didn't create any liability account. That is the issue. Do you remember what is your value set account value? It starts with SK.
Yes, sir.
This one.
Yes, sir.
We have not created any liability account, madam. here.
Okay.
So I'm selecting, let's take, I'm creating a liability account.
Yes, sir.
Here, the account type you have to select as liability.
Like,
You can also change, I mean, this also you can change it to liability, but I'm creating exclusive account for the liability.
okay, sir.
This is the issue.
If we, then it will
Liability.
come, sir.
Huh?
Then now it will come. Like,
Yes.
yes, sir. Done, sir. Thank you, sir.
The this account should be, the account type should be liability, madam.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. I understand.
Sir, yesterday mistakenly I was using actually Google Chrome. Mistakenly in night I used the Mozilla browser to log in, and after that, that authentication message is coming, sir. That's thing happened. Now when again I shoot back to the Chrome again, that same authentication is asking code to log in. So from evening yesterday onwards, I can't use the LMS, sir, to see the video.
Okay.
Actually, it slipped from my mind, and I want to block some sites. That's why I moved to better Mozilla, and then these issues happen
Okay.
on a Chrome. So now what to do, sir? I need to contact this one, Padma, for that, because I next 1 month I can miss. I want to cover the future topics also, which are going to miss. I have the additional time. So can I get the access of the past batches to see the video practice? Is it possible? So in 1 month, I will try to finish
Yeah,
it,
you
sir,
can.
entire thing.
You can, if you have paid the full amount.
Yeah, I
you can-
already.
You can,
Okay.
yeah, you
Okay.
can request Padma. She will give the batch of 52
Okay.
batch,
Yeah.
52
Yeah.
batch video. She will
Yeah. Yeah.
give.
Okay. So first I will finish within a 10 days all my backlog, and then I will do it, sir. Thank you,
No
sir.
problem. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Okay. From your Minimax planning, madam, you can stop this. Okay, start procurement practice, madam.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Stop this inventory. Okay.
Yeah.
Start working on the procurement. madam.
Okay, sir.
Good, good. So till here it's okay. Okay. Harish. So. Currently, you are in which location, Harish?
Vijayanagaram.
Okay. Okay, good, Harish. Anu and then Civil Shakir and Rahim, are you there? Any more questions, team? Any more doubts? Hmm? Okay. So I'll see you tomorrow, team. Okay, tomorrow, 7:30. Okay. Thank you all. Bye.